Hello, beautiful people. My name is Sabrina, and I'm an aspiring tech YouTuber. My channel will be called Beautifully Teched because I love when beauty meets technology. I even had an entire introduction video put together, planned, ready to be uploaded. But as I began to look throughout the internet, I saw many tech YouTubers that I look up to talking about and reflecting on the color of their skin. So before I can even show the world my love that I have for technology, I have to show them the love I have for the color of my skin. So today, I would like to reflect on the color of my skin. So first and foremost, I just thank God for blessing me with this skin to live in, this African American, melanin packed black skin. And I thank my parents for blessing me with this beautiful African American skin that I get to live in every day. And I thank them for just the knowledge of Black culture that they have blessed me with as well. And I speak about this a little bit more in my introduction video, but my mother is the one who introduced me to the art of dance, and my dad is the one that introduced me to the life of technology, and hence began my passions for both of them. But like I mentioned, my channel is called Beautifully Teched because I just love the beauty that is in technology. And so I just want to be that African American young woman who is there to represent in the field of technology. So as many of you know, there are just protests taking place all over the world because of what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and the death of George Floyd. I myself, along with my twin sister, actually participated in a protest that took place downtown Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And so we participated in a protest that took place in Centennial Park. And it was a little nerve-wracking. It definitely was. We didn't know what to expect, but we prayed about it before we even got out the car. And we took caution with every single move that we made. And the first thing that we did was drop off supplies at a place who was taking in supplies. They had a whole bunch of water packed, stacked on top of one another when we first got there. And they even asked us, were we going to the protest downtown, which we responded that we were. And they gave us granola bars, they gave us gloves, goggles, anything that we may or may not need being downtown. And then once we got there, we saw the National Guard that was inside of Centennial Olympic Park. And as we were actually walking to the protest, some of them began to wave at us. And I took it as just something saying, you know, almost like we're on your side, but we're here to protect you. And that's how I took it. But we got closer and we started to see people, and people were chanting Black Lives Matter, and people were saying no justice, no peace. And as we got there, I began to think to myself how this was going to go. But we saw people everywhere who were handing out supplies. They were like, do you need water? Do you need snacks? And these weren't just like Black people. These were Blacks. These were whites. These were Latinos, Asians, people of every ethnicity everywhere. And so this young lady had a whole bunch of supplies that she was handing out to people. And she said, oh, do y'all want to make a sign? So I sat there and I thought to myself, what do I want to write on my sign? What do I truly want to say? What do I really want people to know how I feel? And then I took my marker and I wrote in big, black, bold letters, Jesus is the way. My feeling that I have concerning this Black Lives Matter movement, I want people to care about the person on the other side. We can change how police brutality is done. We can change policies and elect the right people. But when you're out there on the street and you're faced with trouble, that other person has to care about you. And I pray that you care about that other person. The world is going through a lot right now. And I thank people who are out there protesting. I thank people who are out there donating to foundations to help in what is going on in the world. But my deepest prayer is that you care about the person on the other side. Once you leave the protest, talk to people who don't look like you. I'm a person that grew up around basically only African Americans. It wasn't until I went to college, the University of Alabama, predominantly white institute, that I was exposed to people of more backgrounds than me, different backgrounds than I am from. And I started to realize that we are different, but we can learn to just work with one another and just share our love with one another and realize that Jesus is the way and he can help us get there. But yeah, I'm thankful that I went to the protest. It definitely gave me some insight. I know that these protests aren't all peaceful. Thank God we went to one that was peaceful. But I'm glad that I went. I felt like I did my part. I'm donating where I can. I'm putting awareness out whenever I can. And I want to use this type of platform to spread that even more. So me, an African American woman, is interested and loves technology. And I want to represent others who may look like me or may not look like me in this world and in this field. So as I continue to reflect on the color of my skin, I just thank God for, again, blessing me to live in this skin. And I thank him for just growing me as a person and growing this community, this African American community, this Caucasian community, this Latino community, this Asian community. Thank you for growing us all, Lord. Thank you for just growing us as a community. But that's my spiel. I have an entire introduction video that I will be uploading soon. And I hope that you want to subscribe to my channel. You want to comment, leave a kind, beautiful comment. You like this video. And you also follow me on Instagram at Beautifully Teched. But after everything that's going on, it doesn't do anything but make me have even more pride in my culture and in the color of my skin. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the introduction.